Hello, hello, hello. I have not been visible on social media for a very, very long time, and today's the day. So, yeah. Well, I haven't been live or on social media with you know, of my own permission and my own say volition, maybe. Like, well, no, see, I wouldn't even use that word volition. With my own permission, basically. In a while, in a very, very long time. So today's the day. I had posted a what would you do video last night on the last evening of the full moon. Like well, the full moon was like 2 days prior, but like you have like still some of that like residual powers left of like the full moon and like 2 days. So I thought it was very symbolic for me to just go ahead and release it. I filmed it a long time ago. Excuse me. I I filmed it like a little over a week ago, and then it took me a while to get to do the voice to do the voiceover. I made the script maybe like a little over a week ago, almost probably closer to 2 weeks, and I was always like thinking it, and then I put it onto paper, and then I finally just did like I did the drawings first. Excuse me, I did the drawings afterwards, and then I did the voiceover, and it was taking me some time because literally like the having to go back in history and just put everything down and then have to edit it and put everything together is just super exhausting and something that and literally like once you are like a really sensitive it's my cat's toy. Once you are like, I mean, when you're like a sensitive being, you your body is just your body is just really heightened to a lot of the stressors. I mean, it's hard enough, even if you don't have to be a sensitive being. If you have to, like, imagine people in court who have to like relive a traumatic experience. They will cry or they will stiffen up. It'll just, it's a lot of emotion. And for me in particular, what happens is basically again a lot of emotions you can imagine, and my body betrays me because like even then like what happens is my ankles, like in this instance my ankles were swelling and I was getting like I just wanted to have a bunch of carbs. And it was bad, it was bad dope. And it left me in like physical pain. So but I released it all, so that was really good. It makes me feel a whole lot better, a whole lot. I don't know why I'm doing the eyes thing. I'm very animated, so whatever. So I'll be talking with my hands mostly, and maybe with my body. But yeah. So it's very crazy on how people are watching me now, even though it doesn't show up on my YouTube channel. People who are literally have been watching me without my permission, on multiple streams, multiple ways without my permission. Because the only way I'm gonna like post this kind of stuff is literally either on my phone and just keep it there until I release it at a future date. But it's on this channel, Love Beats Honey, and Just Beats Honey. I might do something on Snapchat or um, Snapchat under the same name, Love Beats Honey, and also make sure that it's spelled correctly because I don't know exactly where things are going or where things are being filmed and posted. And I think that's I mean obviously like that's the point because nobody wants to do things and nobody wants to do things like directly. So it's a lot of cowardice, but apparently like that seems to be the wave. And for me, I just can't rock with that, which is very well and fine because it really just marks and identifies the behavior and moral values of other people. So I'm just like, yeah, well, at the end of the day, I really can't. They'd be like, yo, like anybody can be bald. Like there's always a number. I'm just like, you're not me. And I'm not saying that to gloat. I'm just saying that because that's, I don't want to say a cliche, like that's how I was raised, but that's just how my moral, like, that's what's been instilled in me. Like you can't buy me to try to betray a friend or something like, or something to that extent, because like in my core, like that's really fucked up. So yeah, if I don't like somebody, then I'm just like, well, then just, go ahead, fuck them. Like, oh, like, but why? So why would you want to have me like? Why would you want to have me participate in that? I'm just like, no. Like I may say something, but I'm not the person who wants to commit and keep doing something in order to harm somebody else. Because I think that's just like, there's no point to it. Like, there's no fucking point to it. So, could be a contributive factor to why for this long people have just been so tethered to me in an indirect way, but still in an invasive and overstepping boundaries way. And it's also very manipulative and gaslighting for people to be like, oh, well, then you need to have stronger boundaries. And I'm like, are you kidding me? In order to have stronger boundaries, you hear me say the words no. You hear me get aggressive. You see my actions and the way how I do things, say like back off. However, people are literally going above and beyond to betray my boundaries, overstep my boundaries in a way that's a very selfish like endeavor and action and opportunities. A lot of people have been filling their pockets in order to benefit over something I guess would be like very oppressive. And although you guys, excuse me, not you guys, although people share my philosophical beliefs, they use it in a selfish way because like they pretend like, or you see these people go like, you'll see like YouTubers, celebrities and all that jazz, influencers and just basic Joe Schmo people be like, oh, stay kind, be kind. It's good to be kind. And I'm like, yes, I actually believe that. But if you're saying that, but you're also over here trying to keep somebody oppressed, steal their content, use their characteristics as a damn outfit, then you're not only being hypocritical, contradicting, yeah, like your actions are not matching up. In the most important sense. Like I can't, like I'm not gonna be that kind of person who wants to be like, I don't want to be a fun police. I really don't. I think everybody should just basically, I would say, do what makes everybody happy within respect that you're not harming or disrespecting somebody in an ethical sense. Like, you know what? Like, in any way, in this right here, in this video, I'm over here disrespecting somebody because that person, that disrespect is a narc. But in the ethical sense, I'm over here standing up for myself. I'm over here making it known exactly like what you can and cannot do to me. Like you may try to put me in an oppressive state physically and try to do things to dismiss my words, my like, my American rights, this, that, here, and the third. But as far as like, who I am as a person, because that was some, honestly, there was some mind games and manipulation that I just do not respect at all. I don't respect any of that. So when I heard about, well, not heard about, but when I put a lot of stuff together and when everything became like, very apparent that friends and family were banding together and supporting my rapist, narcissist ex, I was just like, wow, this is very eye-opening and awakening. Yeah, I really don't want anything to do with you. I mean, the fact that you're going to go ahead and just, collaborate with an ex who wanted to, for years, decide to put me underneath these conditions. I really don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate any of that at all. But what's done is done. It is what it is. However, there's still people that wants to still participate into this crap, and I'm just like, well, this doesn't make any sense because, I have to stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. And that's what it is. It's like I've given people chances Patience. I've extended too much patience. I've given too many chances, and I've witnessed people really just feel entitled. Feel entitled. Now, looking at my cat, who's very much my little tiny protector. So cute. All right, so I think one of the most creative things for me to do is to do my videos live for a while. Not for a while, until to be determined. I'm just gonna keep my videos to be live for a while because I say for a while, but for a while can literally be years because I need to have something. I need to have something tangible. I need to have something concrete and something that can't be dismissed by the masses who are literally stating that, just in case if they think that I'm going to let any of my content, my ideas, or anything like that. Like I have ego death, but at the same time, like I know how these people are working, and they get off on using any of the content that I produce and for themselves. And to see how their ego is, they will try to say something about like maybe along the lines of like, oh, well then you see how she's like copying my ideas. If I put this out here prior to I put this out here prior to people reacting. Yeah, if I put this out here first, then people will react. They'll have no choice to. I mean, it's like then you can copy. Like Simon says, Shalice says. You feel me? So I don't have any much content to share at this moment, except some things that I think would benefit other people. And by other people, I mean like people who have literally been oppressed. Like I don't have a solution for everything because but I've seen other channels and other social media platforms where people talk about being I don't want to say the victim. Like I don't want to call anybody who's out there like a victim. I mean that's textbook. That's what you are. But like if you can fight back and within reason, I would give you like more credibility than that. It's like the same thing when somebody says like yo you're being insecure after you got out of like if you happen to just stay in a relationship where the person that cheated on you, like typically it's because like the girl or the guy happened to like beg you to like to be with them. And I want to say the guy first, but I was being polite. So typically, like if a guy says like, "Oh, baby, like I will never do it again," but like you're just a little bit paranoid, and they'll be like, "Yo, why are you being so insecure?" And are you kidding? Like that is some bullshit. Um, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like when the word insecure is being used in those contexts because there should be another word for that. When you have a valid reason for being suspicious of somebody's activities, there should be a better word for that. So when you are a fighter in a situation that you have become oppressed, I feel like there should be another word besides victim. And yes, you are a warrior, but I don't want to use that because I just feel like that's just kind of like it's very cliche. And there's nothing wrong with being called a warrior. It's just that I'd rather use something else because there needs to be a term, and I'll probably find it later on, a term to be used for people who are literally just done with the dumb bullshit. Like, yo, get the fuck on. Like, I don't understand why people just need to be so, like, miserable. So, yeah, I was inspired by different social platforms and accounts that happen to deal with being in a narcissistic environment. And it doesn't have to be a relationship with a partner. It can be literally a coworker, work, family, friends. Social media environment. And that's why I actually have things under the road to social freedom. Because I mean, honestly, I'm literally just going about this as I go about, because narcissists are very fucking cocky. Yo. Like they think that, okay, well, I'm coming. Oh, sweetie, well, if I'm let me let me just make this just a little bit challenging for you. You feel me? So like it's just such arrogance, but it's just seen time and time again in the history books about when people who have that type of ego fall, kingdoms fall. Like you feel me? Like yo, just read up on books. I would say that can be one of your homework, just to go ahead and read up on books about like how so many people with such arrogance and that whole like pompous um pompous like assurity, because they have a whole, but like their whole little court is full of just like kiss asses. So mhm, yeah, yeah, they fall, they fall, they fall, and replaced. So yeah, I have to go ahead and share some things with you that will also kind of help you. So I made some cards a few days back, and I'm not sure if anybody else tried to share anything similar to this in order to get like I don't know, cookies and likes. You feel me? Like it's so crazy. People like, oh, like passive aggressively, because nobody ever said this shit to my face. But they'll be like, oh, shut up. But I'm like, but how much sense does it make to say shut up to anything that I'm saying, and yet you're always listening? Not for nothing. I don't think you have to be that smart in order to figure out exactly how dumb you sound when you say something like that. Like, you could just be quiet. You could just stop looking at me. You could stop being an eavesdropper, a looking ass person. But yet, and I want you to use that type of belief. Like, I not even belief, but I would just want you to use the type of common sense when people say that to you. Like, yo, like, why don't you shut up? But you were listening to me every single time. It does not fail. You listen to me. And it in a situation where like you don't even go looking for it, because I'm not literally like this is, here's the thing. I'm literally minding my business, doing schoolwork, trying to find my passion, get closer to God, and learn about other religions, minding my own business, and yet here I am being monetized and monitored and exploited without my permission, without my permission. People are literally trying to use me just for entertainment and control, and to stroke their mental ego. People want me to people want me to keep doing the things that I'm doing, which is basically, minding my business, but at the same time, like they want to make a profit out of it. That's not gonna work for me. That's not gonna work for me. Your laziness is not gonna work for me. Your insecurities are not gonna work for me. It's not like an insecurity as if like we're supposed to be in some type of relationship and I'm in like I'm in a partnership where I still want to like have a bond with someone and yet you don't trust me. No. In that case, that's not the valid type of insecurity. No. Your insecurity is within yourself. Excuse me. I just want to point out that I'm not talking to the people who are the gonna say it right now, like the victims, but like, I'm talking to the people who have literally been exploiting me, monitoring me, and supporting my narcissistic rapist ex. So I don't like that. So, And I hope that you can be able to differentiate exactly who I'm just addressing and who I'm not. But I think that I will have something around that's going to show exactly like, okay, this is who I'm addressing and this is who I'm not addressing. In fact, I have something. I believe I have something. So I'm going to bring it into like my next video, my next live video. So that way people know exactly like, okay, she's talking about this person. She's talking about that person. Okay. So when I'm saying an insecurity, I'm talking an insecurity to the narcissists and flying monkeys. Like how it is beyond me. Like I've passed the whole disappointed type of feeling. I'm just wondering exactly like how insecure do you have to be in order to like want to monitor me and want to think that you can be such a miserable bitch. Like it doesn't make any sense. But like, you know, here we are. You guys wanted to make a passive aggressive comment and state that. And hold up. And the reason why I know that these comments are said about me is literally, I'm telling you, I really am minding my business, doing work and doing the things that I'm passionate about right now. And I could just be looking on the news, on Twitter or a social media platform, and this stuff just comes to me. This is how, because they're years ahead of me with the narcs activity, people can try to find ways in order to be seen, in order to like inspire or provoke me or try to get a response. And I'm just like, this does nothing for me. In the beginning, like it did, but now it's just like, you know, it's it's like a dead penis, basically. Like, yo, there's no movement, sweetheart. There's nothing. Like you're not getting any, the reaction that you're trying to get out of me. It's not the one that you like. Like basically it's going to be a yawn. It's going to be a yawn for me, sweethearts. It's going to be a yawn. I would say do better though, but like the do better would have to be like putting me down. And that's why I'm out here doing this video, risking myself, risking putting it out there because like eventually it's gonna happen because I mean I'm not putting that out there, but people will push until like even try to risk your life. Like yo, when people try to do mean things to you, they want to see exactly like how far I can go. And just by mistake, like they can just wind up like hurting you like in a way where it's just like a permanent situation. And I'm just like, look, like before it even comes to that, I can go tell you right now to go fuck yourself. And the last thing that I'm gonna do is like on like my last breath is go tell you to go to hell and for me to just praise God for everything that He's brought me through. Because honestly, you dumb bitches, you have failed as literally as a human being, and I don't care exactly how much you repent or how much you think that you know you actually you can redeem yourself. This right here has shown me exactly like people do not believe us. Excuse me, a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people do not believe in having like, you know, a good moral compass. And it is just really upsetting to, you know, be in a position that I made a sacrifice for, as far as like being genuinely kind to people who thrive on being evil. And that's just how it is. Like, yo, I'm like, get out of here. So my focus and my desires are just to continue doing what I can, when I can, for how long I can, because that's all I can do. That's all I can be. Like, I don't want to feed any of these egos, and I just want to share exactly like how that can, how I'm going to try to do that, and how I can hopefully inspire other people, because these people are so fucking lazy. I would not be surprised if they try to move on to other people, and hopefully some of the content that I can share with you would help you in order to fight narcissists of your own or fight them, because yeah, it's just seriously like such a pathetic venture that these people are doing. And sometimes some people, like, when you know better, you do better. So but other times, like if you've committed to this for a long time and you've actually watched me go through the highs and lows, and now that you know exactly what has happened and what I've been through with my fucking ex, then, and the things and the connections of the people who were literally participating in it, then that's on you. That's really on you. I have nothing to do with it. Have nothing to do with how your feelings are um, after you finally realize exactly like, okay, well, this is how this person is acting. Literally, like I said, it is what it is. It was what it was. I don't want anything to do. I don't want anything to do with you guys. Like, yo, like just move the fuck on. Like, yo, I don't have to be in a position where I need to still be in your I need to still be in your environment, or you need to be in mine. Because this is not the first time. This is not the first time I've seen people be forgiven, or like I've forgiven people, and then they still do like some dumb shit. Like, you feel me? Like, just read about like little. You can even read about like little stories about like, what is it called, the scorpion and the frog. Like, yo, like this is what's in people's nature. You feel me? Like, we don't have to. We don't have to like do a little hug here and there. Let's like, no, no, no. I know exactly where you are. Please stay over there. Okay? Like, if anything, at the bare minimum, just have a representative who has like a good fucking conscience and a moral code. And say what you need to say, send it in a letter, whatever like that. But like, so yeah. All right, let's go. So anyway, like I was saying, that I've been making some cards. It's called Boundaries and Affirmations. And hopefully what you guys can do is just, write some things to yourself, people. Excuse me. This right here is the message for the, right now, I think I'm gonna call you guys flowers. Like, you see this? Isn't this cute? This little tiny thing. Obviously, it's about the size of, like, smaller than my hands. Although I'm pretty tall, so I think that's possible for almost anything. But if you don't have any earth placements, I think that a really good tiny little potted plant would really help. When it says like, just kind of ground yourself, just kind of touch something that's like small. Christmas cactuses. I love those bad boys. So you don't even like, if you have a place with like hardly any light, it is really hard to kill those little bad boys. And I'm not trying to say like, don't try to kill them. Please do not try to kill these little things. But they are such valuable plants. Get a Christmas cactus. This is not a Christmas cactus. This is just something, assorted flower. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you. So, but I got this at the market, and it's so cute. At Trader Joe's, and it is so cute. So hop on buying one of these if you need to stay grounded. Anyway, so like I was saying, yeah, with like passive, like, I literally can just be on like Twitter news, because I like to just go to the homepage. I don't want to go straight towards anything where like I don't follow certain people. And in fact, I'm just gonna like unfollow a lot of people, because everybody seems to be getting into being updated about what's going on with my life. So then they happen to look into my life and make these little passive comments, and it just seems very condescending. Like, oh, like maybe this right here, and then start assuming shit. Like, that's the thing. I'm not here to accept any more fucking breadcrumbs in the sense where you can't even talk to me directly. Like, no, that's like one of my boundaries now. So if you're gonna talk about me, talk about me. I'm not gonna be looking for any of you guys, and that's how it's been for a very long time now. But if there's anybody who I literally was befriending and following because I was, I thought that the content was just like nice. Well, the content was just like even flowing. I don't want to follow you anymore. And I mean, you can take it personally. It's not supposed to be meant to be personal. However, at the same time, it's not supposed to be meant to be personal. But for my own good, I'm not accepting any more people who are telling me something passive aggressive. Like, you see me being in an oppressive situation, and yet you want to do something, and it's just like, it's condescending. Okay. All right. We're at 2021. All right. You're not settlers. It's not like, this is not like times when you went abroad and got some slaves and brought them back here, and now you're trying to be like some type of fucking colonizer, and you're over here trying to be like, oh, well, you must be nice to them. Like, no, fucking be nice. fucking be nice to people and just like, like let people go. Like, oh, what was it, like abolish slavery? Like a lot of the shit that people say to justify exactly what's going on right now sound a lot like colonizers, sound a lot like people who were very upset about letting the slaves go, sound like racist groups. Like, you don't make sense and you sound like hypocrites. So yeah, it's just a lot of just wildness. So this is very important. So keep on bringing it back. All right. So boundaries and affirmations is basically things that I've written down, and I think that it's very good to have. So this would just be, and you can do it literally. Like I've done it on the back of like the little line paper, and you can get these at the dollar store. I got mine at Dollar Tree. So boundaries and affirmations, and one of them is like, you are so beautiful. These are just some things I'm gonna write. I'm just gonna show you guys so that you can go out to the store before it closes and grab it. Or if you have some paper, maybe you want to put it down on paper, but just put it down big as day about just some things that's like affirmations, and just have it to yourself. And then that way, when you need to just, just shuffle it up, you don't have to go through every single one of them, but it would be nice to have like a lot of cards, and then that way you can just put them aside. They are people that obviously like to just like fuck around my property, so I do not appreciate that. So anyway, look at this. This was like, it was meant to happen. You deserve to protect your peace. Therefore, you deserve to protect your peace. Therefore, you are protected. Amen. You deserve all the love you gave to others. Therefore, you will receive, keep, and have it. Hold on. Because seriously, I'm going to be a bitch. Hold on. Oh, wait. Did you see some thigh? Yes. Okie dokie, I am back. Back again with another remix. Yeah, I said that. Okay. Hold on for one moment. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I don't sing. I really don't. I don't like to sing. Oh, excuse me, I don't like to sing in the company of others. I just like to do it in my privacy. But lately, I've just been ever since I realized that my activities have been recorded and whatnot like that, I was just like, you know what, frick it. But do not expect me to come out with an album, and do not expect me to sing on command. I am not a recorder. I am not a, this is not my thing. So I sing for the Lord and for myself and to annoy my cats. So, yeah. All right. So, as I was saying, boundaries and affirmations, because that is my love. All right. It was like, all right, I don't accept half-ass people. And then I put amen. Bam. That's for you passive aggressive people. At the same time, though, at the same damn time, people don't owe me a fucking like people who literally like are strangers, they don't owe me the whole courtesy of being direct. It's just that, I don't want to accept it anymore. Like I only accept when it comes to friendships and stuff like that. I want to accept directness. If you expect me at all to trust you, you're gonna have to tell me exactly like what's going on. Like, don't try to keep me out of dark. Don't think that you're protecting me by keeping me out of dark. Like, fuck that shit. Because I wouldn't do that to you. So extend to me the same type of courtesy, because this is my love language. You feel me? Let's never play those games. So beautiful. Love it. All right. So I put like self-love on deck, things like that. I'm just gonna keep this and I'm gonna show it to you guys on my site, lovebeeshoney.com, because I think that's also nice for you guys to just be like, just kind of see it, and also just kind of see other content in case you don't have a pen, don't have a paper, don't even want to go back and forth with like skipping and then holding back and things of that nature, because I know that can be annoying for me. Also, other things that the kind of content that I want to share with people who are survivors of the whole narc abuse, and just not survivors, survivors too. Like, I don't want to use that. I mean, that's what we are, but it's just like, bruh. Even if, like, believe it or not, like, even when you think that like you're done and over it, these people still hoover over you. Like, they will still try to do something. Like, even if you don't see any activity for years, bruh, people will still like hoover over you and expect you to give them some type of like satisfaction. And at that time, like, you'll have the community that you need. You'll have the people that actually genuinely love you, watch out for you. Like, this is the thing that was so upsetting, because, like, okay, I wanted to know what was the turning point really that like made people want to like cross me, because I was just like, bruh, like, that's just so yeesh. Everybody talks about everybody in a sense where it's just like a sibling thing, or in a sibling type of way, or in a friend type of way. Like, we've all talked about each other. Like, people. Here's the thing with me. I'm more of a listener, so that way I can just kind of like talk to you, because I like stimulating conversations depending on what the conversations are. But at the same time, it's just like whoever's talking, the person who's talking, whoever I'm in the company of, they set the tone on how the conversation is going to be going, because I'm also going to read your energy, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I see how this is going, and therefore I'm just going to match you. So I'm either going to match you, but if it just seems negative, like really negative, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. Then at that point, it's just like, we'll just either cut it short. I won't laugh. I won't talk to you. It's just like, okay. And also, I can be annoying because I've done things where it's just like, if you say something, it's just like, I can look at both sides. So therefore, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I can see that. And then I'm going to tell you like, okay, well, what do you think that this person is going to say? Or like, this person is going to react? Or how do you think this person is feeling? Well, maybe they did that. Like, I understand people need to just kind of vent. And I'm like, okay, well, please tell me that. But I'm also going to be like, okay, well, why do you think this person can say that? Because I'm going to do some conflict resolution. Like, but I'm not going to, but the difference between me and some of these passive aggressive people is that I'm not going to say it in a way where it's going to be like, this is matter of fact. I'm going to open up the conversation to just be like, okay, well, this is how it might be. you might want to try this? Do you think that this is what is going on? Maybe you can bring this question or situation to that person. Like, people on social media have been like so fucking cocky, thinking that they just know the answers. And I'm like, bitch, I easily dismiss this. Like, I don't even have to finish reading the sentence, and I already know that this shit is not going to work, or this is just dumb advice. Thank you for your sticky note, but I've either thought about that, or well, no, I've either thought about that or it's just plain stupid. Like, why are you even talking? Why are you even thinking? Why did you just exhaust the energy on the wrong damn thing? You know? So, oh, for what it's worth, like I said, I do appreciate. There were some people who I did appreciate when it came to like the what is it the on social media. In fact, before I posted that video, that recent video, people were already like responding to it, and there was one out of ever for years, man. There was one lady. I just want to publicly thank you. She was very nice because I was like really hurt. Like, yo, I released all karmic debt. Like, I don't want any of that shit that has like attached me to a fucking narc. So one lady who was like super sweet, and she it was very passive aggressive, very oh, excuse me, not passive aggressive. It was very passive, excuse me. It was not aggressive at all. It was very passive. It was very passive, in a way where we're just like, oh, I'm sensing something, and I'm just like, come on now, we know, like, come on now, like, I know exactly who this is for and like what this is for. This is like, please stop trying to treat me like a damn child and pacify me or do this stuff. Like, the stuff is not working. It has been working for a very fucking long time. I'm just literally just, you guys set the tone for exactly like how it is that you want me to respond, and I'm just acting accordingly. So, but before I move on to that, I just thought, lady, as passive as that comment was, and it was literally as something as it was in the same. Okay, so I've been watching like astrologists, and no, I've been listening to the astrologers, tarot readers, and this, that, here, and the nine, and they do like this hoaxy thing, like I'm seeing something, but it's really like, like you're looking at my life, but you're saying it in a way where it's just like, oh no, like, I'm just kind of seeing something, da da da. It's like, oh my goodness, just give me the news. just tell me the weather. But yeah, when I was writing all that information down and stuff like that, there was this one lady that gave me like the most actually helpful advice. Everybody else is just so, it's not even poetry. It's just like, just it's answering the question with another question. Let's like, and so faint. Like, basically you get the information just off the title alone, and that's it. It's just like, oh, somebody says that. I'm like, it's not helpful. But to the woman who found helpful, you were the only thing that I found really really helpful and inspiring. And what you did for me was just like, you referred me, like, I felt your emotions through the internet. Not only that, but like, you gave me actually some helpful advice, because the contact information for survivors, victims of like a rape and whatnot like that, like, that was just very helpful information. So I really appreciate it, and thank you. It gave me some hope, because even if there is no justice, no direct justice for this, it did give me some type of hope. So, and can you imagine, like, everybody else who literally was trying to say something, even if it was like on Twitter or something like that, it didn't seem genuine, because at the same time, I was like, okay, every single time when I would speak up on something or something like that, like, you guys would act in either a disappointing way, or you guys would act in a very caustic and negative way. And I'm just like, yeah, that's it. It's like, I can't, you know what? I can't take the treat from your hand if that shit is, if it's covered in shit. You feel me? Like, anytime when you try to say something nice to me, I'm just like, look, I already smell the bullshit. So it's not for me. No, thank you. So yeah, but that one lady, I'm just gonna say that. Just gonna say thank you. All right. Next thing, topics I want to talk about because I think that they are important and it's helped me and it's helping me get over my generational curses in a way, as people have put it down there on social media. And one of them is the whole poverty and welfare situation. So I grew up around people who had money and who had the wealth, and it just kind of left a negative taste in my mouth. Metaphorically, I mean, symbolically speaking. I mean, just because like I've seen the wealth. So, and that also will add into why I'm not jealous of anybody because like no, I know exactly what it means to have money and what it means to buy things that you want. Like when I was living with my grandmother and my mother, like I had that luxury. Well, not my mom, but I had that luxury to get the things that I want. Get live in a nice place, and well, fortunately we had like some neighbors at a point in time where it was just like it was still like a great place, but it was just like when you're living next to people who are not as kempt, like not as clean as would you would expect in a nice neighborhood. But that's neither here nor there. I grew up in a very I grew up around people with money. Yeah, I grew up with people around money, so they had things. And if I wanted a toy, a certain type of toy, I would get it. And I was fortunate enough, like I would share it with people who didn't have people who didn't have good things. And by good things, I meant like my friends or something like that, because it was just like share the wealth, like basically, like my they would have timeshares, they would have multiple houses, they owned some of like a few houses on like the one of the largest blocks. People were like in the millionaire family. Like I don't associate with certain parts of my family. So I don't associate at all because of the trail. But like this is why I'm not jealous of other people. That's so one of the things I'm not jealous of. But at the same time, when I said that I live in poverty and welfare, it's just like yeah, like I am on limited means because I'm always giving my money out and I'm always spending it on the wrong things. But that's that's like because of my situation. I always thought that money, deep down and still, I always thought that money was like the root of it's like the roots of all evil. And I think that's in the Bible. So it was just like, well, I mean, I think it's in the Bible. Come on now. And I just see like this is basic, and the way how people are behaving, people with money, and the way how they're acting and behaving, it reinstills that thought into me about like how narcissistic people are. And I'm just like, yo, this just seems really bad, but I need to break out of that because I don't need to be poor in order to not live like them. Like I can still have money. I realize I can still have, like, I can have money and not act like these dumb bitches. I don't need to stand on money and pretend to be an adult. Like, I can do that all on my own. I'm already acting more grown than these people. Okay. It doesn't have to be the whole like financial management kind of situation that makes me an adult, makes my life overall better. You feel me? Like I've gotten to the foundation of who I need to be as a person, and all I need to do is just keep following suit, and by giving myself some money, and then bitch, like it's just crazy on how many people have been inspired and decided to take my ideas and benefit off of trying to oppress me and trying to give me challenges. That's another little stick shit that people are doing. They're like, no, go ahead, keep striving for this, but you are using that information to sabotage me. I understand this situation, but like you're trying to sabotage me. You're trying to. This is not a fucking TV show or a season series, because then you try to have me aspire to try to do something, and then you're just like, oh nope, Don't do that, because now you're trying to block the fucking situation or work ethic that I'm trying to pursue in doing something just for your own fucking like feed and getting more views and for your own fucking ego. Like, no, go fuck yourself. This is a situation where it needs to be where I am in a position where I'm doing what I'm doing. If it disappoints you, then that's your own fucking handicap. That's something that you need to explain in front of your fucking therapist. Do not bring that to me, because that is your personal issue. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not your fucking mommy. I'm not your dad. I'm not your therapist. You are you. Okay? Obviously, I'm not talking to the people who are survivors or narcissists. This right here, like whenever I have this type of tone, this is literally for the people who've been like watching me without my fucking permission. Okay. Again, learn to differentiate. This is the first time that you've seen this type of full video from me. So like I'm gonna have something where it's gonna show like, okay, this is who I'm addressing and this is who I'm not addressing. Okay. This is who I'm addressing because I'm high-fiving like, the people who I think who need it, the people who are, supportive of me and not of my fucking like rapist ex narcissist. And this is for the people who are not. You feel me? This is for the people who need to get that fucking backhand. I need to put a glove on that. Like, yo. So, yeah, I'm still watching. Like, worse than who? Okay. So, yeah, like, yo, people are just going to, I know that because I've already done the video and I did it like way in advance and people are overstepping and invasive and being like this, that, here, and the third, they have done damage control in order to try to, I guess, bring me, if anyone does like tarot or something, bring me the tarot card to anything that I say. And I'm just like, yeah, well, thankfully I haven't watched anything that you said because it doesn't get my ego. And I've already had ego death. So you're going to, the sad thing is that you're going to have to keep repeating exactly what you're going to have to repeating. This right here and the other video is my answer machine. So if anybody has anything to say in regards to what they heard about me instead of coming to me directly, because you guys have your own insecurities and or you guys like to go ahead. No, that's actually linked to an insecurity. You guys are insecure. You guys are trying to do a power move, but it just shows your weakness. It's like, oh, it's like somebody getting beat up and they'd be like, no, see me. It's like a man beating on a woman who literally just does nothing but want to be a good wife. And then she just, she's had enough. And she's like, oh, you think you're a big, strong man. Like, don't you? Like, I fight for women like that. Like that's who I'm making my videos moving forward for now. Like I fight for women like that. Women who ball up their fists and literally are going to, if they know that they can't strike back, then bitch, I really hope that you got the setup to do something like a power move in which you can get yourself away from them. I'm fighting for those kind of people. Like I'm fighting for myself, but I'm really hoping that like this video kind of attracts other people who are having enough of this. You feel me? Like if you are the housewife and your family and friends are shitty, sweetie, come through. Cause I'm hoping that I can do some content and share some content for you. I mean, I won't be making this entire channel for that, but like, hopefully I can give you guys something which is not supporting, where it's taking the money out of the pockets of people who are literally trying to feed off of my fucking energy. My life, my choices, my thoughts, my environment. So, yeah, that's why I need to come up here and say, I don't need the moon. I don't need the full moon in order to say exactly what it is that I need to say. Like I've released so much already to the powers that be, to God, who I just honestly, I absolutely adore, to everyone. And I have my grandmother right here to keep me grounded. Hey, boo. I have a picture of my grandmother right here to keep me grounded and just to handle this all with grace. Like, yo, at the same time, like, I could have said a lot worse stuff in order to just be as caustic and mean as you guys have been. But instead, I just rather just tell you to go fuck yourself. And if you are really gonna go ahead and cry in a corner compared to all the other bullshit that you guys have done to me, oh, because she said fuck yourself. That was the nicest thing I could have said to you. Okay, that was the nicest fucking thing I could have said to you. So yeah, it's just like giving no more attention to things because people look for me in order to say something. Like literally, I'm telling you, I can go onto Twitter and I can go onto the news and would happen to follow a topic, and the topic is like or funny tweets or funny tweets or something like funny tweets or something like that, and that person would literally just be repeating or they can just set up like a fake account, like a fucking fake account, and then post something too in order to try to provoke. And I'm just like, yo, this is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's not even disappointing anymore because it's like, fuck you guys. Because at the end of the day, it's just like, oh, like I didn't know. Bitch, you knew. At this point, you knew. So it's no longer disappointing. It's just ridiculous. You're ridiculous. It's like, oh, you're not like, you are just an alphabet soup letter in a sea of others that are trying to kiss the ass and hope that you can get eaten. Just like, this is crazy. And it's just like, no, like, I don't see any value to you. Like you're expecting that, oh, look at this. I was a good little person. I was a good little servant. Oh yes, please feed me your treats, master. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. You're not gonna get the attention that you want, sweetheart. Not from me. Because you can't get it from me, it'll be very hard for you to get it from the people who you're trying to like suck up to. Because I am the focus. And the thing is, it's like I don't even want to be. I really don't want to be. I've been managing my business, hardly been putting out any fucking content. What I do like to say is that I am protected. I realize God's power, and I realize the power of karma and things that have happened that are just like literally that man cannot do, that God has done. And I thank him and I bless him because it is just like, oh my goodness, it's just, yo, God is just, I'm telling you, he's amazing. And yes, I'm protected also by my grandmother too. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She was an earthly angel. She's just my little pancake. She was like everything. Like, oh my goodness. She was my all right. So again, friends and family. It's just like, yo, there's just certain things just like, yo, like who are you really mad at? And also tell the truth. Because at this point, I was just like, look, I haven't talked to certain people in years, bitch. So whatever type of issue that you needed to bring up, why didn't you bring it up to me? I've given you the opportunity to. Why didn't you address me about it? I've made my peace. Seriously, I've made my peace in a situation where it was just like, yo, I've addressed you. You guys haven't said anything about it, or you guys were very passive aggressive or dismissive about it. So I'm all about conflict resolutions. So therefore, if anybody has anything to say about me, but they didn't say it to me, because nobody has said anything to me, I had to say it to them. So if you haven't said anything to me, then I would want to be like, if somebody, like, flip the script. If somebody's over here telling me about somebody, I'm literally going to be like, oh, wow, that's messed up. Did you talk to that person about that? Did you talk to so-and-so about this? And what did they say? You didn't talk to them about that. So, I mean, this is the way how you're explaining it sounds very messed up, but like, if you didn't talk to them about this, in my mind, I'm like, like, help me out. Like, help me help you. Are you going to talk to them about this? Like, no, like, we're no longer friends. Well, it's very messed up, and I hope that you heal from this. You feel me? Like, yo, it's really messed up, whatever you did, and hopefully you say the truth about exactly whatever I did, because I always try to make sure that I don't want any bad juju. Okay, I don't want any bad juju, so I always try to make sure that I'm literally not trying to like screw over anybody. So in all my actions, I'm trying to make everything fair, and I know that's a really hard thing to do, but it was just like, look, like I'm also not. I try to make things fair, but I'm also not going to try to kiss your ass. You feel me? Like I'm very selective about who it is that I want to have in my life. So yeah, if anybody is trying to talk about me in a lie or trying to bring me up in a conversation, I'm just be like, look, did you even talk to me? And is this even true? Because I bet you it's not even true. Exactly what did you think that was going to be like? What did you think was going to happen? Like, if anyone eats that shit, like, yo, bring that to, like, that's what I said, yo, if anything happens, like, bring that to me. Like, yo, there's a woman here. Like, bring it to me. Like, I wanted to know. But the way how people move now is just doing things behind people's back. And I'm just like, yes. 10 times out of 10, people have literally done or said something first to me, and I'm just like, and I just react. I'm a reactionary person, but I realize at this point in time that it's just, it needs to be less about reaction and just all about working on the things that I want to work on. And that is literally, it's like not me giving attention to things. So because narcs have the control over social media and whatnot like that, I'm going on a social media cleanse. And that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be posting any more videos or something like that, but it's going to be one-sided because I reached out to other people in order to try to find some either conflict resolution or some common ground, because I like to also agree to disagree. But because that's one of the narcissistic tactics of other people, where it's just like you're not traumatized if you're literally trying to oppress and monitor the activities of somebody else in order to keep them down, in order to feed your own ego, in order to find content, in order to steal from, and just so you can try to one up somebody. It's it serves no purpose. It serves no purpose for me to entertain any of that, and it serves no purpose for me to engage with anybody who literally wants to just be miserable. And yeah, and I don't want to discuss anything with the go between unless it's absolutely to do like a conflict resolution. And I think a malignant narcissist doesn't really grow or heal from that. A helicopter mom doesn't really grow. Well, she possibly could grow and heal from that, but I just highly doubt that any of these people out there have the power to be a better person unless they're like pushed. And even then, they independently, like I said, yo, from presidents, actors, celebrities, family members, friends, government officials, like, yo, y'all just really wild right now. Like, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some type of way to just like, take me down, take me out, like, and I'm not having it without at least saying my words. Like, even if you dismiss this, like, yo, like, I said what I said, and I mean what I mean. These are my boundaries, and go fuck yourself. So, yeah. No, I was wondering, and I want to put this either down as an article uh, or a video, maybe both. But why is it that the heroine, or they make them like, the anti-hero, why is she either dead or alone? Like, if you look at it now, like in media, Netflix and stuff like and such like that, like the heroine is the one that's supposed to die, like in Sabrina, This Sabrina Spellman, or where is it? Or Isolated too. The WandaVision. They're either dead or they're isolated. Like, but the men are the heroes, and they turn into God. If you watch the TV show Lucifer, or you watch just a lot of like, it's very narcissist ego, where you're just having the women still kind of stay in that old time, in that Old Testament of being lesser than, where women don't have the option to be fucking free men and fucking of power, like of real power. It's not without the help of a man in order for them to get it's not without the help of a man in order for them to win. Fuck. Like, are you kidding me, bitch? Wow, like, wow. I really try to find subtle ways in order to, y'all really try to find subtle ways to expand your mushroom dicks and keep women at bay. But I really appreciate the clarity on the situations. I look forward to seeing content out there where women can literally go ahead and excel without thinking that, okay, yeah, well then, I just need me find a man, and then boom, all right, then she gets to win. Oh, thankfully, then she gets to survive. Oh, she's not going to be the villain. Let's see. So I don't want to hear "Let It Go" when people are still performing those activities to be a bitch. You feel me? Like, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm not the same person I was." Like, okay, I'm sorry. So the narc is saying, "I'm not going to be the same person I was, however many years ago, months ago." Okay, all right. Depending on what it is, I can understand though. But when you've done something, to the extremes, then it's like, oh, this is still illegal. This is still reprehensible. This is still something that you shouldn't have done. I mean, if that's the case, then we should like release a lot of people. I mean, seriously, there are a lot of people who are not in jail that should be in jail, and there are people who are in jail who not should not be in jail. So do a switcheroo. You feel me? You feel me? Like, yo, I feel like that's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. I don't believe in the whole when it becomes a behavior situation and you kept doing it. No, karma doesn't be like, oh well, in that case, okay, honey, well then, okay. No, karma will wait. Karma will get you one way or not. God will get you one way or not. Do not think that you're gonna go up to the pearly gates, see Peter, and be like, oh hey man, what's going on? Okay, let's just see something right here. You did this right here. I'm like, oh yeah, but that's uh, that was so long ago. Yeah, but if you want to get here, you're gonna have to, yeah, unfortunately, like don't look at that. Don't look. Yeah, it doesn't work that way here, buddy. Like, you feel me? Like, just something to that extent. You feel me? It's just something to that extent. Like, don't think that, okay, this is not happening. Like, don't judge me for something that has happened in the past. No, 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 no. Did you take accountability? Did you actually do the work, the shadow work, or anything like that? It seems like you're still participating in certain type of activities, and which you should automatically be held accountable for exactly like what you did. Like, yeah, this is why I'm glad this is something I actually should remind myself. Well, video reminder about how karma have seen karma play out on certain people. But the thing is now is like I don't think I should see any more about what happens to them, because I mean I would like it for other people to see, but I wouldn't want to see it myself because I think that it can go further. Like I've seen karma repeat itself onto people until they actually like really learn the lesson. But I've seen in ways where karma has literally been the same type of scenario that they've done to me. And I'm just like, yeah, 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 yeah. Like, thank you, Lord. Good looking. Like, good looking. But some people just like really are still not learning the lesson. So I'm just like, you know what? At this point in time, I just need to go ahead, continue doing the things that I want to do without, you know, without running across even accidentally about like what somebody else is thinking or saying about me. Because I'm just like, yo, just like, fuck them and go fuck themselves. Like, it literally has nothing to do with me. But people are invested in trying to find ways in order for me to be like looking at their stuff. And no, it's not like I'm looking in the search bar and putting in their name or trying to find them. It's me happening to go on to, oh, my phone's over there. It's me happening to go on to like my news or something to that effect, because it's now media has even gotten into it. Like they thought about this shit. I mean, if again, if celebrities and all this other kind of shit already know, then yeah, of course the media wants to hop up on it, because they need the views, they need the likes, they thrive off that shit. That's their bread and butter. Get the fuck out of here, you dumb sick bitch! Like, get the fuck out of here. So, if I gotta say yes one more time, all right. Well, I am going to reward myself with some food, and some water and some things and all that jazz. So yeah, I wouldn't expect anybody to really say anything directly. Doesn't seem like anybody's mo for right now. When will they learn? Maybe never. But by the time that they learn, it'll be like too late. So yeah, it was just like, yo, let it go. People are invading my space. Privacy is still forcibly reminding me that they're watching, and all they do is just like they see it and then they continue living. And I'm just like, please, like, ugh. So instead of like let it go, I want to be like, let's go, let's go. Like, seriously, like this is how you want to. This is how you guys want to behave, and me showing my boundaries right now. That's how we're doing it. Let's go. This is very David and Goliath. On this earthly plane, I am alone, but with God, I have, this is my own spiritual army. God, grandma, which is right there. But like, yo, like whoever is willing to just be very direct, and I understand like if you can't, but don't contribute to the problem. You feel me? Like if you want to go ahead and be passive, then it's not even passive aggressive. If you want to be passive, then I totally understand that, because like having to look at my situation, it does not make it very enticing. So it is appreciative, but I also know exactly when that passive help is bullshit. You feel me? Like, yeah, I can tell. So watch how you speak about me, because it's not to me and it's not at me. So watch how you speak about me. All right. There's really nothing else that I think that I could say. Again, the whole growth I want to record and working on my own content. I was very happy because I see things on social media. I'm just like, yeah, I really, when I went off of social media, I'm just like, yeah, it's a lot. Like, it's just like, yeah, a lot of this stuff was just not for me. And somebody made a comment who was just like, oh, like social media isn't for everybody, and I never want to be like internet famous. Sweetheart, none of this has garnered me any type of monetary value. Since I left, since I left YouTube and like so many years ago, yeah, none of that has like garnered me any like any significant monetary value. People have literally just been exploiting and feeding off and making a financial profit off of me. So there's nothing that I want to do moving. Like there's nothing that I want to do that to really endanger myself when it comes to like my health. Like so, if anyone is trying to end me, definitely that shit will have to be direct because I'm not trying to do like an overdose. I don't do drugs. I don't. I have pills or no. I look like a fucking pelican trying to swallow a fish. That shit looks embarrassing. I will go through perhaps like a whole bottle of water and then some trying to swallow like one fucking pill. So overdose, you just can't do that for me. I really dislike needles. It's because of my grandmother who died of diabetes and my family was diabetic. So like needles and shit like that, I just no. So if you're trying to end me, like you're gonna have to think again on that one. And hopefully like I can just end you with just like one. I can just get like one good, yeah, just like one good fucking look, yeah. Yeah, so like I don't know like how far people are willing to go in order to retaliate, but I know that they're trying to like tower moment me. Like don't try to gaslight me or dismiss or downplay anything that I'm going through because I don't know, like I've already seen how immoral you guys are behaving. And it's just like, if you let it go with a tiny snowflake, this tiny snowflake was the idea. And now it's become a serious, it's more than just a fucking snowball, bitch. That shit is as big as a fucking car. So it's only just a matter of time before that shit like just like slides down. They be like, oh no, like, yo, these people are fucking crazy. Like, I'm just doing a process of elimination because if anything does happen and I'm just putting it out there, then it is literally these fucking people who are thriving off of being narcissistic, manipulative, gaslighting, toxic ass people who are pretending to front as if they've moved on when they haven't. They've literally been invested in checking up on me and making things passive aggressive and passive comments. No, passive ones who are helpful and are nice, I give them a pass. Also because like they don't really fucking know me from anywhere. But the passive aggressive people and people who I grew up with, people who I actually helped, people who I actually knew, no, just go fuck yourself. It is what it is. It was what it was. Okay. All right, guys. But it's just like really hard. Like, yo, once you have power, it's hard to like release it. And I don't know. I'm not saying that like I personally know that. I'm just saying based off the history books and stuff like that. Like they've had literally this type of situation in their midst for like several fucking years. So for them to just have this, and they have this ego. They have the great narcissistic ego. So for them to be just so like, what do you see with people who have power? War. You've seen it with kingdoms and they fall. You've seen it with slavery. You've seen it in civil war. They were just like, yo, like, we're not gonna let the slaves go. Like, no, we're gonna have a war. Like, that's where we draw the line. What the fuck? Like, yeah. Well, no. The civil war was but just like, yeah, it's just like it's so wild, man. Like, crazy. Family, friends, and celebrities, influencers, government officials, co-workers, employers. I know that y'all watch. So like I really don't respect the whole, oh hey, what's going on shit, or like, oh, how you doing? Bitch, you know how I'm doing because you watch me. So like don't try to act front because I mean I will play it off where it's just like I'll answer the questions that you need to ask. But no, I see you, I sense you. It's on and it makes my skin crawl because every single time when I am direct with people, they lie about it. So it's just like, why insult my intelligence? So I'll just give you the basic fucking answer. Why insult my intelligence? Why make it seem like, all right, well, look, yeah, this is how it is. I found you out. But since you don't want to admit it, it's just like, fine then. Like, how are you? Good. No, or like, how are you? Same old, same old. Everything's the same. Nothing's changed. Apparently. Because apparently you have not grown up. You have not decided to grow some fucking balls where where either it's literally or metaphorically, like, or figuratively. Like, you have not gained any type of confidence in you in order to fucking be accountable, mature. Like, yo, I live next to like fucking snakes, so like, yo, and I've grown up in environments where people have literally been narcissists and fake. Like, my grandmother is my anchor. My grandmother is my the light of my life. I grew up under her wing, even though I lived with a narcissistic parent. I didn't see them as much. I always flocked underneath my grandmother, and she was like the most sweetest thing. Like, she was the one who gave me that. She was the one who encouraged this damn Christian guilt, like, yo, and a lot of my moral values. So yeah. So when I have this I have this instinct, and I have this natural way to identify when people are being disingenuous and people are just lying to me. So like, it just, something feels off. Something feels off. I'm more in tune now. So as I'm like being here up close, I want to just kind of face the people who are the narcissists. I want to sign off and just say to the people who are hopefully going to find something very beneficial to being oppressed or finding hard times. Like, again, this whole channel will not be based off on that, but hopefully I can give you some type of good advice. And for the people who are literally being assholes, what the fuck are you doing here? Bye. So yeah, I will see you guys later. And for anyone who is literally for the passive people, for the, again, I don't really want to call you victims, but for the victims, excuse me, that's wrong. You were victims, but you are survivors. You're coming up. For, you know what? For my flowers. For my flowers, that's limited. We're gonna just use that temporarily. For my flowers, I will see you guys later. For the passive people, I will see you hopefully never. Like, I mean, actually, for the passive people who actually aren't that bad. Again, like, yo, you guys don't owe me anything. It's just that if I ever wanted to befriend anybody, I need some type of like, I need honesty, man. Like, I need to know exactly like what the fuck. Like, don't try to lie to me. Passive aggressive people, go. But for the passive people and my flowers, that's literally the only people who I want to like address with like honey in my fucking voice. And I only say that, and I give passive people a pass on certain things. There's certain type of passive people who are actually okay, but like, I don't. There's the good people. I've yet to meet a good person who's like willing to tell me exactly like what's up, what's going down. But some of the passive people, very few of the passive people, I'm giving you guys a pass. But at the same time, it also makes it seem like the passive people are kind of staying quiet because they can be intimidated in the same type of way that I have, and that's something that they don't have the courage to come out and do. And the flowers who happen to just kind of come up on here because they don't know what's going on, but they kind of see it and they like exactly my energy and my characteristics and my beliefs. Then hey, what's going on too? But yeah, the end of the day, I'm not trying to put anybody in a situation that I've been in. However, at the same time, that if more than likely narcissists are going to want to get their supply in one way or another, and because I'm giving them such hell and challenge, they're going to move on to somebody else, even though they say that they won't. They're going to move on to somebody else, and at least in the meantime, and just hoover over me. And it just might be one of the flying monkeys, so without them really knowing. So, and the thing is just like, yo, at that point in time, it's just like, it's not when it's them. Because here it is, even when people piss me off, or even when people like, come to me and like they cross me, I'm just like, yo, like, it is what it is. It was what it was, as I keep saying. But like, you don't in the Bible, like, you're not supposed to hate you're not supposed to hate your brothers and sisters. Like, you're not supposed to hate your enemies. But you are to detest evil. And people have crossed the boundary where it's like seriously fucking evil. Like, they choose to be this fucking thing. Like, you're not just a basic enemy. Like, you're not like an enemy. I think is just an enemy who's literally just, like, I don't know. You're just doing something that's just like, dastardly. No, not even dastardly. Like, you're doing something that's like, you did something that's fucked up. Okay. Like, all right, fine. You're my enemy. Like, like, everybody deserves a lesson. Trust and believe that everybody deserves a lesson. But I detest evil. You feel me? Like, that I detest. I detest evil. So again, passive people, if you see me, you see me because I can't see you, and you obviously don't want to tell me anything directly. But if you happen to actually speak on words on something, then hey, what's up, lady? Again, thank you. That was very helpful. And flowers, just stay strong, keep going, keep moving forward, and I will check you all out later, God willing. And yeah, all right. Wait, hold on. I think Leela, that's the fat one right there. I got, since we left. Actually, yeah, I haven't really mentioned it. So Leela has a boyfriend. She's being very dramatic right now. She has a boyfriend. I actually bought her a boyfriend. 2 houses, 2 cardboard houses, and a man. All the food that she can eat. Teaching him right now how to do massages for her. And she's just living the fucking dream. Come here. She won't get up because she's enjoying her sleep. But the fat one, isn't he cute? He looks just like her, except like pudgy. He's sort of kind of mixed. Yeah, that's right, fat boy. All right, put out. So yeah. And Leela is right over there being a little diva right now. She's asleep. Being a diva right now. Like, what the what? The what? Jeez. Ooh, there she is. Remember this one? Remember this one? I had her as a kitten. She's like, what are you doing? All you can see is eyes. This black couch doesn't help much. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right. Isn't she cute? He was trying to get her some light right now, but it's really hard. Such an evil thing. All right. Hop off. So, all right. So, all right, guys. I will see you all later. Oh, I'm also thinking about doing some figure do some creativity stuff. It's just not in me anymore. I mean, I'm just naturally just a weirdo. So I'm always thinking of some ideas, but again, my passions are kind of like preoccupied onto other things. But I don't know. I might do something. I want to do some skits. That little bitch. So I want to do some skits with her. I've already filmed something like a while ago, a long time ago, with her. So some skits with her, some skits about other things. I think once I start having them, I'm gonna I want to have sessions where I do like live streaming and just kind of come through some ideas. And if anyone wants to go ahead and participate and wants to say something or do something in regards to that, then they can. So I mean, like, or they want to do like their own spin-off. In addition to that, like I don't know, like I could say, oh, I'm going to do a video of like some cat skits, and they'd be like, oh, okay, well then I want to do the same thing. Like my ego, the ego death, through all the shit that I went through, um, is wild. So I just kind of look at things differently. Like I don't take things close to the chest as I used to, but at the same time, it's just like at the same time, like respect exactly what I'm doing, because like if it, depending on what it is. the things that I will say, like because I really don't mean to sound like a bitch, but it's just like if I say something, I'm very observational. So if I say it and it comes out in a way where it's just like, okay, well, it sounds like you're being a bitch, or it sounds like this hurts your feelings. And again, my intention is not to hurt your feelings if you're not doing something like intentionally mean, but yeah, it's like 9 out of 10 people just be looking for like some shit to just say. It doesn't have to do with anybody's sensitivity. It's just like, sometimes it's just people just really just want to be, some people just want to be fake sad and just want to go ahead and villainize people and villainize me. Also, now you want to do it? Now you want to do it? Yes, give me some good content because she's a bitch. So, like, yeah. All right. Well, I do want to say this. Do not twist my words because that can be instant karma for you. So I know that literally this video, do not twist my words. I've literally seen nothing but people catch karma, and it will keep happening. So at your own risk. And yeah, it's like, I said no. Privacy is like mine, and I'm handling myself accordingly. It seems like I'm the only direct person, and also with anybody who's mad and needs to still bring up my name, there's no love lost on my part. So you don't have to keep having these conversations, and you don't have to keep having these conversations, do you? Because hopefully, again, somebody should be telling you, like, okay, well, that's very unfortunate, if that's what that person did to you, and hopefully, you found the help that you need in order to get over that. Because you're still not. Because I'm guessing like you're not in contact with this person, right? Okay. Because if you're in contact with this person still, then you should be able to resolve it. Like, why don't you bring this issue to this person? Oh, you're no longer friends with this person. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, then I hope that you resolve, like you heal. Because I'm yeah. Also, I was very overly humble. I want to talk about that too in some future videos. I was just like really super over humble to people who just really didn't deserve it. Like, yeah, like you guys didn't deserve like that type, that part of me, that that generosity, that kindness. I mean, you got it. You know, don't try to like hold it all over my head. Like, yo, you've been fortunate enough to experience something like that though. But like, don't get mad at me if I happen to just like take it back because you are a negative force. So I'm I'm humble, but overly humble is just mm. That's a part of me that just really was a part of a younger woman who just did not know any better because she was raised, but she was in an environment where there was just narcissists every single fucking time. Like again, if it wasn't for my grandmother being my anchor and being the sole thing, my grandmother and God, those two things weren't the things to be my fucking anchor. I don't even want to think about what happened to me. So yeah. So I'm not competing or being jealous of anybody because again, I'm gonna do this one way social media thing for a while because I don't want to have anything happen where I'm seeing any of the content in any way. In any way, I'm gonna be posting my. I'm literally going to upload, create my content, and just post it. If I need to like tweet or anything like that, it's just like put it here, share it, boom. If you happen to respond to me, please respond to me on my YouTube channel, lovebeeshoney.com. I'm sorry, lovebeeshoney. Lovebeeshoney, because those are the only ones that I like. I can respond to. Everything else, I think it would just kind of open me up to. I think it would be something that's kind of opening me up to possibly seeing content that's meant to provoke me or get a reaction, and I just don't need that. I think my next content should probably be something about like the whole getting into the whole money mindset because again, I people were just trying to be like so fucking cocky about like not money, and I was just like, yo, look, I can eat like dismiss me or doubt me if you want to, but I can easily try to do something that'll bring my credit up like that, give me money like that. Like you doubt me, but like, look, I've showed people time and time again, like it's not best to doubt me. I literally can do things. It's just that I was being really fucking overly humble about shit, and I need to stop. No, I have stopped being small, and I need to, and I've acknowledged that. Like I'm acknowledging that every single time I'm reflecting. Like these boundary and affirmation things are really helping, and I have to make some more because it's like yo, to like sit back and realize and sense about the progress that I made and the progress that I'm making and the things that I'm working towards. There's certain type of aspirations and goals that people want me to try to achieve, but it's not for my own betterment. It's for theirs. Like they want me to achieve things in order for them to just see me try to go for something and then for them to sabotage it and just see how I react to it. Like that's just really fucked up in the head. And I'm just like, no, I'm not with that shit. I'm not with that shit. I have other passions to work on and stuff like that. So like whatever you're getting your rocks off of, you're gonna be really, really fucking disappointed. And not only that, but you've crossed me in a way that I don't want you to go ahead and try to hurt somebody else. Or hopefully that this person, the next people will try to prepare themselves. But in case if it's the flying monkey, like they'll know, but they probably won't think like I think. So therefore, it's gonna really fuck them up. I'm just calling it as I see it because shit's gonna work in it. Like the way how karma is really gonna get a lot of people is just gonna be like, wow, man. But now that I know, like I said, and I'll keep saying it, it is what it is. It was what it was. But at the same time, like yo, I'm not fucking with you. I am done with this video. I'm going to go ahead and have me a nice little drink, have me a nice little meal, and I think this is very celebratory because this definitely is embarking on a new damn journey. Here's to the road to social freedom. Cheers.